It's your boy, U-Goboy. That's Mongo, all right? This is the U-Goboy podcast channel. But before we start, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got unfiltered, authentic conversations. We got sports talk. We got drops. Oh, yeah. So, Mongo, what should they do?
Like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Yahtzee. Why didn't you guys draft Shedeur Sanders? Because, again, if your plan is, okay, we believe Fields is our guy moving forward, what has he shown you in his career with the Bears and with the Steelers and soon to be UFL? What has he shown you to make him seem like, oh yeah, that's our guy. We can win with this guy. Because this isn't the Big Ten. All right, if this was Ohio State, if he was surrounded by 10 five-star guys, a la Will Howard, okay, sign me up for that in college football. What has Fields shown you to make you feel like, yeah, you know, he's better than Shedeur? That's number one. Number two, this was a draft of Robins, as we mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. That's the theme here. Is Azria Thomas, who I like, by the way. I like him. He's Wanye's brother who plays the Cowboys. I like him as a corner. I like him as a second corner. So I think you guys hit on that as a Robin to Sauce Gardner. Why draft Mason Taylor then, when you could have gotten Warren, who I felt was better, and you felt as well was better in round one?
I mean, those are two great questions because they're the two questions I asked myself Friday morning and then Saturday morning, to be quite honest.
Dom DeMarco.
Shout out to one of our avid listeners, Dan. He's a diehard Eagles fan. He actually is waiting for us to start going live again on Saturday so he can call in and just have an NFC spat with you. So be on the lookout for that. So we worked together, and on that Friday morning after the draft came, I left work that day and I promised him. I said, Shedeur Sanders' basement is 42. I thought the Jets would not only do it, I thought they'd be stupid not to do it. I'm with you 100%. Now, obviously, they could have got him in the fourth. They could have got him anytime they wanted. Yeah. But to me, once you pass on Warren, and this kind of leads into your second question, to me the move was Sanders in the second, and then trade up for Harold Fannin in the third. He ended up getting taken a few picks before they could draft him, but you could have just secured that by trading up. But to me, after Warren, the tight ends were fairly. I didn't even have Loveland on the same level as Warren. I mean, clearly the Bears did. Clearly a lot of teams did. But to me, Warren's versatility, made him a unicorn. Everyone else was there were about five guys who just fell in the category of really good tight end. And so I would have gone that way at that point. But honestly, I'm 100% with you. I thought Sanders was the obvious second round pick, let alone any pick they could have gotten into on day three. Just start trading Falcons right? Just start trading future assets to keep coming into day three at that point. So I would have definitely liked him because, honestly, what's the worst case scenario? If Fields turns out to be a stud, I mean, you have Sanders as a backup, or you trade him for a 6th round pick. If you took him in the 4th round, it's not the end of the world. To me, my big problem, and again, we're seeing this more and more with the Jets. We're seeing it actually more with every team except the Knicks. God bless Dolan for having no soul. But if you're a New York team, how can you be afraid of Shedeur Sanders? How can you be afraid of Deion Sanders? You need to actually move out if you're going to tell me the Jets or Giants. Now, the Giants were different, right? They felt his interview skills were terrible. But if you became one of those 15 to 20 teams that got away from Shedeur Sanders on day three just because you felt, okay, now the hype train was getting too high, Deion coming in is going to be a problem, welcome to New York, where everyone's a problem, right?
Literally.
I mean, it's literally you bring in guys like how Draymond Green doesn't retire a Knick just doesn't make sense to me. Like, this is the town where you're supposed to hate everybody, where you're supposed to bring in guys just because they're great on the mic. I mean, it is embarrassing if they were afraid of the Sanders family. So I'm with you completely there. And along those same lines, I don't understand passing up on Tyler Warren. Your new offensive coordinator requires a tight end, but also requires gadget players, right? I mean, he comes from we throw the ball to Dan Skipper tree, right? I mean, you need some guys who can do a lot. You saw the Packers basically take a 7th wide receiver. I'm higher on Wicks and Melton, by the way, than most people are, but I think they're NFL level players. And so Savion Williams is like the 7th receiver on that team, but he's a gadget, right? He's an asset. He's an asset in that sense. Warren could be that guy. Warren can line up as a fullback. He can go out as a receiver. He can run the ball over the middle like they do with Mark Andrews, right? So I thought he was definitely a special player. I would have taken him 100% and literally dedicated the year to developing him because, again, at the end of the day, what is the purpose of this Jet season coming up? And to me, it's convincing Sauce and convincing Brees and convincing Garrett Wilson to buy in long term.
Yeah.
And if I'm one of those guys, shiny toys are going to intrigue me way more than, well, we showed we know how to check boxes, right? Because that's what this draft felt like. This draft felt like they put Madden on auto draft and went to the bar early.
Oh, yeah. Facts,
and if I'm one of those guys, why would that impress me? Because you can auto draft for 10 straight years. You're not going to be better than Josh Allen. You're not going to be better than Mahomes. You're not going to be better than Lamar. You need to take chances. You need to do something different. And it stuns me that this was the time they thought, let's just get a tiny bit better and make our way up to 7 wins, 8 wins, especially in a deep quarterback draft next year. It was a weird draft. And you're absolutely right. Those were my 2 big what if questions. Why did we pass on those guys?
It's your boy, U-Goboy. And my friends at New York Posse, they're going to hook you up with some official gear. The Knicks are hotter than ever, and they're going to get you right with some official snapbacks, beanies, official gear, official like tissue, baby. Hit that promo code below, 2024. Get 20% off on all New York Posse gear. Hit the link below, and they're going to get you right. It's your boy, U-Goboy. Yahtzee.